Hi, welcome to our channel, Programming of Mind. Unlock the wisdom of the world's best books, one powerful summary at a time. Let's begin the art of the no. Embracing rejection to move forward, yes, isn't always the end goal in a negotiation. Sometimes, no can be the most valuable answer you can get. While yes may sound like the agreement you're aiming for, no is often the space where real negotiation begins. The goal of a successful negotiation isn't to get a quick agreement. It's to establish a conversation where both sides are comfortable enough to openly discuss their positions. By allowing the other party to say no first, you give them control of the situation and create the space for them to feel more comfortable. Example: suppose you're negotiating a contract with a supplier. Instead of pushing for an immediate agreement, you might say, "If this offer doesn't work for you, feel free to let me know." By giving the supplier the freedom to reject the proposal without pressure, you create a more open dialogue, allowing them to feel more in control of the conversation. This also opens the door to discussions about adjustments that might better meet both parties' needs. No isn't the end of the conversation. It's the beginning of a more open, productive one. Takeaway: learn to embrace no as a doorway to further discussion, not as a failure. Accusation audit: defusing objections before they arise in any negotiation. There are typically objections or concerns that the other party is hesitant to voice. The accusation audit is a method that involves addressing these concerns preemptively before the other person even has a chance to bring them up. This strategy disarms any negative assumptions and allows the conversation to stay positive and forward-looking. Example: suppose you're selling a service and know that the potential buyer is likely concerned about the cost. Before they voice that concern, you might say, "I understand that our service may seem expensive at first glance. You're probably thinking that it's outside your budget." By bringing this up yourself, you give the other party the chance to acknowledge it and move past it without letting it become a sticking point in the conversation. By preemptively addressing concerns, you avoid conflict and guide the conversation in a way that fosters trust and cooperation. Takeaway: use the accusation audit to address concerns before they even arise, removing obstacles to agreement. Silence: letting the space do the work. Silence is one of the most potent tools in negotiation, but it's often misunderstood. Many people think silence is awkward or uncomfortable, but in reality, it can be a powerful tool for getting the other party to open up. When you allow silence after making an offer or stating your position, the other person often feels compelled to fill the void. This can lead to them revealing more than they intended or reconsidering their stance, often resulting in better terms for you. Example: in a salary negotiation, after presenting a figure, instead of immediately justifying it, the negotiator remains silent. This silence forces the employer to reflect on the offer and, in many cases, reconsider their initial response. In this silence, the pressure of the conversation can cause the other person to speak up, often offering a better deal or conceding on terms. Takeaway: use silence strategically to create space for reflection and response, encouraging the other party to reveal more or adjust their position. The power of how and what questions shaping the dialogue in any negotiation. The questions you ask can make all the difference. Asking open-ended questions, those that start with how or what, helps you steer the conversation in a direction that benefits both sides. These types of questions don't just prompt responses. They invite the other party to think creatively and provide more detailed answers. Real-life example: in a real estate negotiation, when a buyer says, "I think the asking price is too high," the seller could respond by asking, "What do you feel would be a fair price?" This shifts the conversation away from confrontation and opens the door to discussing alternatives. Asking how or what questions also shifts the other person's mindset from defensiveness to problem solving, which can pave the way to win-win solutions. Takeaway: use how and what questions to guide the conversation toward mutually beneficial outcomes. The fair question: leveraging fairness to your advantage. Fairness is a powerful psychological tool in negotiations. People naturally want to be treated fairly, and invoking fairness can shift the dynamics of a conversation. Asking the question, "Is that fair?" subtly challenges the other party to consider whether the deal is truly equitable. Real-life example. During a salary negotiation, the candidate might say, "I think my qualifications and the market rate suggest a higher salary. Does this offer seem fair to you, given those factors?" This question challenges the employer to evaluate the fairness of their offer, often prompting them to adjust their terms to avoid being seen as unfair. By invoking fairness, you encourage the other side to think critically about their position, which often results in better terms for you. Takeaway: use the concept of fairness as a leverage point to encourage more reasonable offers and agreements. The final offer, empowering the other party to agree. One of the most powerful negotiation strategies is to present a final offer that gives the other party an out. When you do this, you provide the illusion of choice, which increases the likelihood of them agreeing to your terms. Real-life example. A job applicant might say, "I believe this salary range is fair based on my experience and industry standards. If this doesn't work for you, I completely understand." By presenting the offer as a final one, the applicant subtly pressures the employer to act quickly and either accept the offer or move on. This "take it or leave it" approach often results in a decision in your favor. Thank you for listening, and please like the video and subscribe for more great upcoming content that will put you in top 1% people in the world.